and welcome back to Cheap and Green. I finally finished the master bedroom and I wanted to share with you the completed product. So the last time I did a show, I was talking about my amazing floors and how we did them for under $1,000 using leftover recycled product from the Restore. And so these look great. We're really happy with them. They're so much better than the once was white carpet that we had in here. So much easier to keep clean and actually still pretty quiet. We were a little worried about the noise, but with the underlay, it's great. We've replaced all the baseboards in here so they all match, which is fantastic. And we had it this color before, but we've just retouched the paint, because paint gets damaged over time. So this area that we're looking at here is now my new little yoga studio. And we've kept it very minimal because obviously if you're trying to do yoga, you don't want to be whacking your arms against things. It's very quiet and spare, and I really like that. All we've got over here is this little demi-lune table that my father made. It's actually 3 different kinds of wood, and I love it. It's been in storage for, I don't know, years and years and years. And so it's so nice to be able to actually have it out and useful and displayed. And this globe was actually my dad's as well. I picked up the dog vase at the antique warehouse. I love dog things and I just couldn't stop myself. Like, I don't need more stuff, but I really need that. The art, it was actually downstairs in the dining room and I've moved it up here. It was made by Irene Scott, who was in a course with me many years ago, and I bought this painting from her. Behind me is our closet, and once upon a time we had closet doors for these, and we took them down during a renovation and they got lost, and so they were gone, and they're very expensive to replace. So we've just elected to use curtains, and I just picked these curtains up at Giant Tiger for, I think they were less than $10 a panel. Now I was going to use this spring-loaded rod. These are plaster walls, and it took a chunk out of my newly painted wall. So I'll have to go back and patch that. So I just went to my beloved Restore and I picked up this curtain rod for $2. I already had the hooks in the basement. You know, it's fine. I might paint it silver or I might just ignore it. So here's my closet. Not exactly Marie Kondo, but not bad, pretty organized, pretty tidy. This closet was actually sort of a grayish, brownish color originally, which was the color this room was when we bought the house. And so I just put plain white paint in it. I really like a nice clean white closet. To paint the closet, I took this sort of organizer down. But unfortunately, it was so brittle because it's quite old and it's just particle board. So we used these angle brackets to reinforce the corners because they were, quite damaged. We just had a lot of chipping. So these are nice and secure and I don't have to worry about this thing falling down at 3 o'clock in the morning. So this is the rest of the room. Again, nothing really too busy. We tried to keep it really calm and quiet in here. I'm quite a hoarder when it comes to stuff and tchotchkes and things sitting on tables. I really like my stuff, but I really tried to keep it quite quiet in the bedroom. And I just put up art that is, meaningful to us, right? This painting my daughter made for us. And the painting on the other side was my neighbor Cynthia gave that to us for a Christmas present. And these are pieces of art. My daughter did the art piece and my father made the boxes. And this piece we bought in New Brunswick last summer. The map of Canada I actually bought at a garage sale for 75 cents. Now I don't know if I love it. I may paint the frame white. I'm not sure about it, but I like it as an art piece, but I'm not sure I like it in here. I'm still thinking about it, but it was a good scale and I already had it, so up it went. One of the things that I really like to do in my home decorating is use pieces that are important to me and sort of recycled from, when I was younger, or maybe from another room or something like that, and just repurpose them rather than go and spend a lot of money at a store and just buy a thing that everybody has, right? I don't want my home to look like it could be anybody's house. It needs to look like it could only be my house. My very, very first apartment in Toronto actually had a lot of furniture that was just left behind by the previous tenants, and this piece is one of those. This is a lovely 1940s dresser, and it actually has a mate that one of my friends still has. It was painted beige, basically. It was painted with wall paint. My mom stripped it and refinished it. These handles are original and they're solid brass. I think it looks great in here. This little chippy Windsor-back chair was actually my cousin Beverly's chair. She was not using it anymore, so she passed it along to me. And I just think it's charming, and it works. You can put your extra throw cushions on there and your extra blankets. You always need a chair in the bedroom. The pair of side tables came from my mom. A friend of hers had given them to her, and they don't work with her place. Actually, they came with, I think, a 4-poster bed, and she didn't like it. So she kept the side tables and passed them along to me, got rid of the 4-poster bed. And, they work fine here. Again, I might paint them because the color doesn't really work, but they're great. They've got lots of storage space, which I need, and they're attractive pieces. The lamps are just IKEA. We moved with those, so we've had those lamps for more than 10 years. They still work great. They still look great. So there wasn't really a big need for us to replace them. And so there they are. I guess the moral of the story with this room is that we could actually make the room really beautiful and really livable with a minimal amount of money. And if we had been well, we could have done the floors ourselves. And in that case, it would have cost, under $500. I think the flooring itself was around $250, and then whatever additional materials that we needed, and of course all of the baseboards. So if you were handy, this would have been very, very cheap. The paint, I actually already had the paint. And the rest of the decorations are things that we just recycled from other rooms, other areas. So really, you can have a beautiful, restful, peaceful room for minimal amount of cash. Thanks for joining me on Cheap and Green. Marshall and I say hi, and Lucky too. And we'll see you next time.